Hey guys, how you doing? We got another update here. This story's come from CNN, so let's take it with a grain of salt, right? You know, because we know the mainstream media pushes an agenda. But according to CNN, an exclusive report citing two Trump administration officials that are, in the know when it comes to North Korea. Apparently, U.S. intelligence is currently pointing towards and indicating that North Korea is prepping for another test of a missile. It could be an ICBM, or it could not be. We don't know exactly what missile it is. Just the missile test site is apparently being prepped, so we could see another missile within the next week or two. With the amount of missile tests that have been going on, stating that in a week or two another missile could fire off, you've got like a 60-75% chance of being correct on that anyway. So this may be the mainstream media trying to prop up the whole North Korea's the boogeyman story, and we got to do something about them. I mean, we've had polls come out recently. I don't really believe in polls. I think that a lot of them are misconstrued and pointed to a certain direction. But recent polls have stated that a lot of Americans are concerned about North Korea, and that's gone up exponentially over the past couple months. And why is that? You got to ask yourself, why is this happening? Why are these polls coming out? Why are they polling them? Well, 6 months ago, if you asked if North Korea was a threat, less than a third of the country would say, no, they're not a threat. They don't even know where the hell North Korea is on a map. Now, if you ask them today, we're seeing a large amount of people, around 75% of the country, is thinking, that they're concerned about North Korea. And the main reason for that, not just because North Korea is doing all these missile tests, it's not all the mainstream media's fault. We don't want to put all the blame on them, I mean, we're trying to be fair here. But North Korea's doing these missile tests. They've done nuclear tests in the past, but it's being propped up by the mainstream media. After these tests happen, you turn to mainstream media, and what do? You see all these quote-unquote experts on that are screaming, oh my gosh, we didn't know they could do this before. Oh, we didn't know they could do that. Oh, this missile can reach Guam. This missile can reach Tokyo. This missile can reach perhaps Alaska. Now, by no means am I defending North Korea, all right? Because I think North Korea is ran by a madman, and that this madman shouldn't have access to nuclear weapons. I totally understand that, and I get that. I just think he's being used as a pawn for something greater. Now, if Trump goes ahead and strikes North Korea, like I think he's going to in the next month or two, will I be angry? Yes and no. I think maybe a limited strike may, we might be able to see what Kim Jong-un would do, but there's so much risk in that I don't think I would order that strike. I think that maybe we should try something like a naval blockade. Nothing that's too aggressive, but it's not too passive either. We stop all these resources getting into North Korea. It's a peninsula. It's surrounded by water. The only way, if they kept on doing their missile tests and all that, the only way they're going to be able to do it is through China and the land border. So we would know exactly what the hell's going on. But we're stuck between a rock and a hard place here, because North Korea is not the good guy at all, and he needs to be stopped in one way or another, hopefully through diplomatic channels. But the mainstream media is pushing the population closer and closer to armed conflict, to supporting an armed conflict with North Korea, which is exactly what the globalists want. War and global crisis like this make it really easy for the globalists, the elites, the rich and powerful to control us, to herd us like sheep. And we need to open our eyes to it. And it would be really interesting to see whether or not the Trump administration shoots down one of these test missiles, or if another missile happens, depending on what type of missile it is, if we see a limited strike on North Korea. But guys, as always, as more information comes out, we'll cover it, we'll discuss it. Make sure to check back, guys, because there's so much going on in the world that you need to know about, because it affects you. Indirectly or directly, it affects you greatly.